Hi, good morning, all. Welcome again to this special episode of Science of Mind Club. The Sunday Club aims to equip you with the tools in the terms of psychology, mindfulness, as well as leadership and coaching. So, today is again a very special episode. Reason being, today we are concluding the five point series of conquering your fears, your limiting beliefs, your phobias, and the negative patterns. So, starting afresh with a new quote today: visualized is materialized, which means that whatever we think of in our life, that gets materialized. Whatever we visualize for ourselves in terms of our dreams, our goals, our emotions that we manifest in terms of actions, so they all get materialized. Somebody said that anything is just made twice, once in the mind and second in the reality. So we have to visualize positive things in our life. Okay, now this is a nice quote about what is useful and what is useless. Yeah, in any experience that we have, definitely we have to go through the experience. Many a times there are emotions, but we have to make sure that that behavior that we have learned after it is definitely useful in some context. Even if it is a negative behavior like fear, it is definitely useful in a context where it is self-preserving in nature, where it protects you. So always think that what is the use of the behavior, how you can use it, and contextualize it to the right place. Now, this one is about beliefs. We should value our beliefs and believe our values, which means that our beliefs should empower us. We should definitely have those beliefs which are empowering ourselves to success. These beliefs are the positive beliefs that strengthen us and makes us stronger. And the values that guide these beliefs are the self-empowering values. So these values, these beliefs, they make a very, very strong personality and character, and that manifests in the success that you get in your life only because when you are valuing the right beliefs and believing in the right values. And an interesting one that this is about life. Life expands as we expand our awareness. As our awareness expands, we expand our possibilities. So, to get great possibilities in life, we have to expand our awareness. So, the moment we increase our awareness, our mental well being, the way how mindfully we look at things, look at our life expands in the proportion of the same awareness that we build. And never stop learning because life never stops teaching. Preserve the learning, let go of the emotion. Maybe there is a negative trauma that you have, or a phobia that you have, or a fear that you have, but in terms of that life experiences, that is a particular experience that was there to teach you something. Maybe the emotion was not the right emotion, so let that emotion flow out of your body and let you remember that learning which still remains preserve you to make you stronger. Yeah. So somewhere I read the quote that whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So which means even the tough times or the toughest of times have got something to teach us. We always remember that lesson, we remember that learning, and we move ahead in life. Yeah. So never stop learning because life never stops teaching. So again, a very warm welcome to this club, which is formed on the three major pillars of sharing knowledge on psychology, neuro-linguistic programming, and mindfulness. And today we bring you to yet another episode where we are concluding this five-point series of reprogramming your negative beliefs and habits. We have shared a lot of ideas on this club because our vision is to help people become the best versions of themselves, become a community leader, coaches, create more coaches in the world. Every Sunday we catch up only for 30 to 40 minutes. Out of the 30-40 minutes minus the discussion that we have, the Q&A we have, we also create 15 to 20 minutes of recording of a concept of the day that I feel free to share on the YouTube channel, which is meant for spreading these ideas and the learnings. So the key concepts, as we mentioned, is psychology, NLP, mindfulness. They are all about mastering the inner world so that we can master the outer world. and totally pro bono. It is a free initiative. There is no cost attached to it. Somebody did share these ideas with me, helped me change my life. So it is now my responsibility, in the spirit of gratitude, to share this forward, pay it forward. Yeah, so that's right. Be kind, share these ideas, work on yourself, be the best version of yourself. These are some of the ideas with which we have envisioned the Science of Mind Club. So, if you're still curious, it's a community that we are trying to make. We want to learn, apply, share, and transform these ideas. Feel free to share this knowledge. There is a small Google site. I have given the link. If you are more curious, you can visit that. But at the end of the day, stay curious on developing yourself. Okay, so that is the intention of this club. Now, today I'm going to share with you the fifth part of the series, that how we can transform our negative beliefs, reprogram our negative habits, and make sure that we re engineer our mind to come out of the negative habits. So, this is the last piece, which is about mastering emotions. Usually, friends, these are the emotions which are guiding us to any kind of experience. And if we learn to manage our emotions, if we are mastering our emotion, we are able to alter the experience that we have. So you start now. Once you get this realization, we spoke about, how our mind thinks, how we are encoding reality in terms of the five senses that we have. At times, the mind is also kind of either deleting information, distorting information, generalizing information, and creating a negative concept of the reality. But that's not the truth. In reality, there are a lot of possibilities. What we are thinking is one of the possibilities. So, the beliefs we made after an incident, after a particular experience, that is entirely up to us. We have to start now with it, because there is only this moment called now. When we think of past, it is something which is there in your mind. When we think of future, it is again a concept. But life is happening in the moment called now. So in this moment called now, how do you want to rewire yourself? How do you want to rewire your thinking and master your emotions so that you can create a successful future for yourself? Okay, it all starts with an idea. We shared a lot of ideas with you, and this is all about understanding that how our mind, if we master our mind, master our emotions, we are able to change the results that we get in life. Somebody said that, whenever we are using a smartphone, for example, every 6 months there is a new update. We update the software, we update the system software, we update the Android or the iOS, which is running on it. However, how are we updating the software of our mind? This is where we have to realize that we cannot take any decision based on fear. Now, there is a primitive mind that protects us, that brings this emotion of fear, which is for fight, flight, or freeze. But then our life should not be guided by fear. Our life should be guided by growth mindset, with a in terms of a possibilities mindset. There are a lot of possibilities around. So how do we look at fears? And one of my close friends, her name is Terry, she shared this amazing idea with me, that we cannot every time feel negativity, fear, negative emotions, because they bring in a negative neurotransmitter network in our body. Okay, they bring in negative hormones in our body, which are leading to a lot of stress. So it becomes like a vicious cycle. However, to come out of it, she guided me with this wonderful idea called the 3P theory. So, what are the 3Ps? The 3Ps are about three positivities that can help us come out of any kind of a negative emotion. That's how we master our emotion. The first P is think positive. Think positive. It starts with a thought. Anything that we look around in our world is made by a thought. Any invention you see was initially a thought. Any decision in your life was a thought. So think positive. Whenever you face any challenge in your life, the first step you need to do is think positive. The second step is act positive, which means that you take the step which is in the best direction of your success. Take the step that can help you come out of that situation. Take the step that can help you come out of that negative emotion. Act in a way which is positive. And last but not the least is interact positive, which means that you interact, you communicate that positivity to people around you. Don't be a person who's sharing all the negative ideas with the world. There are people who are doing that, but the world needs more people who are positive, more people who are spreading the idea of hope to each other in their life as well as those around them. So you be that person who is interacting positively in the surrounding. You be the change that you want to see in this world. So think positive, act positive, interact positive. And when you do that, the kind of neurotransmitters in your body, the hormones in your body will be the positive hormones, something that you get after running on a treadmill for 30 minutes. It's like a dopamine, a positive hormone that comes, or oxytocin when you are laughing for 30 minutes with your friends, and that's a positive emotion that you get. And you can be that change maker for yourself in the world as well as others in the world. That is what mastering your emotion is all about. Friends, in our life there are a lot of situations that come through. Sometimes life is like a hill, it goes all the way up, and sometimes it becomes like a valley where it goes all the way down. But we don't have to stop there. We have to keep going in life with this positivity, with this intention to succeed. Because when we do that, when we start thinking positive, acting positive, interacting positive, when we mindfully master our emotions, when we pause for that perspective, the life changes in that proportion itself. So it is about learning how do we handle our emotion. It is about understanding that these emotions are various chemicals that go through in our body, and mindfully our mind, which is the machine, which is the most advanced machine that any human being can have, if we learn to control our emotions, if we learn that with every experience we are getting better, we will be able to generate positivity in our life. And last but not the least, this idea I want to leave you with is this attitude of gratitude. So I'll share a small story with you. Now, there was this boy who was, not the very best in class, and he was always kind of in the bad behavior. He used to push people around. He was just like a bully. And what happened was that one teacher, when she came there, she observed that this boy is always acting out of this tendency to overpower others. So this teacher asked the boy that, son, why do you always push around people? Why you're choosing to become a bully? And this kid says that, no, in fact, I'm just trying to protect myself. If I don't be rude to people, if I don't push around people, then the people can harm me. And this teacher, very interestingly, she shared a story with this boy. She said that, I'll share a story of a number with you. Yeah, this is a story of numbers where all these numbers are like actual characters in the story. So the boy said, okay, why not? You seem to be a good teacher. Just let me know the story. So this teacher said that once number 9 decided to slap number 8. So he slapped number 8. Number 8 got angry. Number 8 was also fearful. In that reaction, number 8 slapped number 7. Number 7 slapped number 6. And this chain goes on and on till every number was slapping each other till the time from 5 to 4 to 3 to 2 to 1 got slapped. Now, this one had a decision to slap 0, which is the smallest number. But this one made a choice. Number 1 said that, 0, I'll not slap you. But instead of that, I'll keep you next to me. Because if I continue to operate out of this emotion that if unjust has happened to me, I have to continue torturing people, this is not going to end the chain. So instead of that, I'll take a mindful pause, and I'll pause with this emotion, and I'll rather support you. I'll choose to support you. And the moment 1 decided to do that, 0 was kept on the side of 1, and 1 became 10. And that is where the boy also realized that it's not that always getting empowered by a feeling of that I can push somebody is making you successful or happy. It is by uplifting people that he can become great. So that boy decided to give up all those negative emotions, give up those ideas of fears, and he decided to help people around them. And that's how he became a likable, a friendly guy in his world. And friends, many a times when we take that pause, that whatever negative has happened in our life, there is a positive lesson that it can teach us, and we take that pause and we stop being negative. That is where the life turns out to be positive. So, with this same attitude of gratitude, if we look at life, life is a great teacher. In every instance, we are learning something. So, what do you want to be thankful for? I'm thankful to all my teachers, not just because they have praised me, but the hard lessons they have taught me, which have made me a better human being. And this is the attitude of gratitude with which we have to look at life, that how we can share more positive attitude with gratitude. And the thought that I want to leave you with is live every day as your last. Okay, so Steve Jobs, in one of the Stanford commencement videos, he shared that in his famous speech, The Three Stories of His Life. I invite all of you to kind of watch that if you have not seen it. But the last message in that story was live every day as your last. Look at yourself in the mirror and say that will you be doing what you're doing if it is your last day? And if the answer is no, if you're not living fully in your life, then something has to change in your life. Okay? Because life is about fulfilling your role, getting your goal, and making sure that you're spreading the message of happiness to those around you, be it your friends, your family members. So live every day as your last, because one day you're going to be, it's going to be the last day actually. So have you lived your life fully? Somebody asked a psychologist, that is there a life after death? But the problem is there is so much life before death that people forget to live, and that is important. That is really, really important. So it's not your near death experience that is going to help you save the positivity in your life, but it is this realization that there is so much life before death that you can live fully. Yeah. So you make sure that you master this change, you mind your mind so that you live a wonderful, amazing, exciting, and extraordinary life, a life of compassion and gratitude. So this is our parting message as we close this fifth segment of mastering your emotions, reprogramming your negative beliefs and habits. And I hope that this 5 point series was helpful for you. And we'll be continuing to share more ideas because the journey is still ahead. We are still looking ahead on this journey. If there are any questions that you would like to ask, please feel free to put that on our channel, or you can, also share it now in the Q&A segment. We want you to share these ideas with those around you so that it benefits people. There are a lot of times the young guys who are thinking that no, there is um, a roadblock in the life, so it is the end of life. There is a fear in life, so it is the end of life. There's a challenge, any fear, any roadblock is not as powerful as your thinking friends. So make sure that you take care of those around you. You spread this positivity with them. The message that you want to share, it's not just the techniques of psychology, NLP, and mindfulness, but the key message that we want to share with you is that when we start to take care of those around us, when we start to take care of ourselves, our own styles of thinking, then the world becomes a beautiful place. And it doesn't take n number of people to do that. It just needs a handful of people who are positive, who think that they can make this world a better place. That is where things starts emerging in a positive and a beautiful way. So keep learning, keep shining, keep having fun, because learning is definitely a fun process. And I would like to thank each one of you for your attention on every Sunday's podcast or Sunday's call, whichever you are attending to. And as my token of appreciation to each one of you, to the listeners of this podcast, I'm happy to share that now I'm also continuing on my journey as a coach. And if at all anybody requires any support, in the areas of career, life coaching, or getting rid of their fears or phobias, feel free to connect with me. I'm available for help. It's completely pro bono. As you know, I also have a full-time job, so I cannot do that Monday to Friday, but Saturday, Sunday, that means over the weekends. This is completely my time, and I would like to volunteer if it can help anybody listening, and anybody can get in touch with me, and I'll be happy to share these ideas, share these tools so that you become better. And the only takeaway that I want from you is that you start sharing this with others so that the help reaches the person, because somewhere somebody did help me around. So this is not anything exceptional that I'm doing, but I'm just being a part of this journey, where if somebody has contributed to my journey, I'll be really, really happy to contribute to your journey. I wish you all the very best for your journey ahead to become a best version of yourself. Thank you so much for staying tuned to this podcast, to this Sunday class. I'll just take a pause here if at all there are any questions, and I would love to meet you on the next Sunday class. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day ahead.